Hey everyone, long time no see since my Spyro LP. Today I wanted to showcase a little but big game you might not be aware of. I'm talking about Pawperty Damage. Pawperty Damage is available on Steam for just $5 and is well worth looking at for that price. It's pretty generous too, given the fact that it's only made by a single developer. Now what is Pawperty Damage? Pawperty Damage, being an obvious pun that I kinda want to kill myself over for as many times as I put in the script, on property damage, and it has only got one goal, and that's to cause as much property damage as possible. Dear Lord, just shoot me. Despite this simple premise, this game is without a doubt a fetish game, but at least safe for work. So if you want to take this on your bus ride on your Steam Deck to work, you absolutely can, but you better be ready for the judgment that's coming your way, you disgusting degenerate. When you start a game, you are presented with 4 playable characters to choose from. If you don't like any of them, then you're free to download some from the Steam Workshop, if you so like. Or you can create your own or port over other existing models with permission, with the included documentation in the game files. Assuming you just hop in from the get-go, you're put into the default game mode of Crush Hour, where you only have 5 minutes with the default settings to see how much of a rampage you can go on through this tiny city. Laden through the streets are plenty of cars, trucks, and buses for you to walk, stomp on, pick up and throw, or even eat. These vehicles will come in handy as you're also limited to your stamina while you're destroying the city. Every kick, stomp, and punch, which really is just smacking, costs you some stamina with every button or key press, but eating a vehicle will return all of that stamina instantly, provided you're at the minimum of 100 feet in order to even eat a car. Every building will hold up to your attacks in the beginning, but not without taking some kind of damage at least. But the bigger you get, the more obvious the damage you're going to inflict on the buildings around you until they ultimately crumble into nothing. As you grow, you will do more damage and your stomps may become your go-to attack, but you will use more and more stamina the bigger you get for everything you do, so you may want to resort to pacing your attacks and eating cars when you can. As you go, you'll notice some buildings and cars are highlighted with a circle and a timer as a VIP target. These VIP targets will net you more damage incurred in the form of how much monetary damage you've caused. They come in 1, 2, and 3-star variants, and each one is more valuable than the last one. Aim for these where you can go to really grow taller and more destructive. There are other game modes included as well. You have Time Attack, where you have a set goal of 100% destruction to see how long it takes you to get to that point. This means destroying every last building and vehicle, leaving nothing standing. You also have Sandbox and Custom modes, which are different but pretty much the same thing. In these 2 modes, you can modify settings to change how fast you grow, how much damage you do, your starting size, growth rate, and how much stamina you use, all the way from all of it to none of it. And last, you have Photo mode, where you can take in the sights of your rampage and the character you're playing as. Though, most likely, the degenerates out there will really just be using that to gawk and stare dreamily into the wreckage around their custom characters. Ignore the fact that I may have done that. There are a few cheats in the game should you feel like fooling around. At the time of recording, I'm aware of 3, 2 of which are direct references to Alice in Wonderland. Typing in "eat me" will make your character grow double their current height to a maximum of 10,000 feet tall. Typing in "drink me" will have the opposite effect all the way down until you're a tiny, teeny little 2 feet and 8 inches tall. The last one is "open sesame," which just opens up the invisible world border for you to stomp around the rest of the landscape. Keep in mind, you'll get no score for wrecking anything beyond here, but it can be fun to stomp around and destroy the windmills. The multiplayer offers a little bit of replayability to this game, but I've got to be honest, it's not much more unless you and your friends really enjoy being competitive with your kinks. You have all these other game modes available to you in multiplayer with the exception of Camera mode. Camera mode really ought to be a combination of keys or a toggle of sorts, or even something like NVIDIA Ansel. You can race your friend to become the biggest and most costly macro to rampage around the city, or even just have a friend like team up to try and reach 100% destruction. After a couple of rounds, maybe after half an hour or less, you'll get tired of the game and close it. You can get 100% of the achievements as well as doing everything the game has to offer in well under 2 hours, probably even under 1. While this game is shallow, there is still a ton of potential here yet, and I'm sure the developer will really expand the game into something more, with a lot more replayability. They're looking at new environments as DLC right now, but who knows what we could get. New game modes, more characters, Steam Online multiplayer, more degeneracy. Hell, I personally would love to see VR support in this game. Right now, only time will tell, but for $5, it isn't a bad game to pick up and play around with for a little while. And like I said earlier, if you want to, you can take your degeneracy out on the road with you on your Steam Deck. Just be prepared for judgment. Thanks for checking in, guys. I hope to see you again soon.